Do you want to know why looking for personal development or something to help you improve your life and all that good stuff, why that's really a bad idea, which is weird coming from me in the context of this whole channel? Do you want to know what I mean? Let's check it out. Hi friends, glad you can make it back. Weird Shadow. Hope you're doing well. If you haven't, it's up there as a reminder. I'd love you to subscribe, it means the world to me. So today's a bit of a very odd conversation. I wanted to address the fact that if you're looking for personal development type stuff, whether that's books, videos, courses, YouTube videos, all that good stuff, and you're looking at it for a way to improve your life, and which is obviously personal development, which is fundamentally the point of it, well said Daz, then it's a sort of a bad idea. Now what do I mean by that? Because that's surely undermining everything that I'm doing here and all the other good stuff around, and people like Tony Robbins, etc, etc. The reason I say it's a bad idea is for one reason only, and I'll get to that. It's so hot here at the moment in the UK. I think today was the hottest on record, ever since records began. So that's something. Nice to have the sun, and it is nice. It's exactly the sort of weather we like to have on holiday, but then when you're having to go to work, luckily I've picked an amazing week to have off work, but I did pop into the office today with the kids to show them where the magic happens, and the Daz hands, Gemma Stone, jazz hands, and it was just frighteningly horrible and muggy and humid and sticky and horrible, and I know they were obviously having a hard time in there. I'm back there on Monday, so what is this one reason that looking for personal development being a bad thing? And it's simply this. It's so easy to look for other things to help us. That makes sense. You go on YouTube, look for a video, see if that could help you, or Google something, go to a bookshop or Amazon, or ask someone, go to a seminar, because you're looking for an answer to something. And when it comes to personal development, you feel there's maybe something missing or lacking in your life or in your makeup, that you're thinking, well, perhaps if I learn this other technique or this other thing, that's going to help me to become a better person and fulfill the goals that I want to fulfill, whatever they may be. To a degree, that's right. It's not 100% right, but to a degree, and it also makes sense. But where the problem is, you so easily look externally for help in so many areas, because that's like a normal thing to do. When it comes to personal development, the thing that you actually need is inside you. It's inside me, inside all of us. And oddly, it's that yearning for something external that almost distances you from the real solution, which is in here. So it's kind of odd, because it's easy to think,
oh, I don't have this solution, it must be out there that I'll learn in a seminar or a video or a book.
But actually, it's all in here. And when you really look at those things, all they're ultimately saying is to look inside. So you really could save yourself a ton of time and money and not do all of that and just look inside. Now, easier said than done. No, what do you mean look inside? What does that mean? But it's a lot simpler, and something that I've really weirdly kind of stumbled upon, I suppose, to a degree. There was an element of purposefulness with it. I have sort of stumbled on the last few months about the whole thing of letting go and not having expectations externally and just being. And it sounds very sort of esoteric and fluffy and Daz hands, but it's amazing. You feel so good. Let me explain. So it's easy to have expectations of other people. That never works out well, because unless that person knows that, or that expectation is a kind of an agreed thing. So say for example, if you're having someone paint your fence, you ask them to paint the fence, you're going to pay them money to paint the fence, there's the expectation they're going to paint the fence. That's an obvious thing. But so often, particularly in relationships, whereby there's that expectation that the other person is going to behave in a certain way or do a certain thing, and that's never communicated. And so when that doesn't happen, which most of the time it doesn't, you get sort of, but that person could never have possibly done that unless it was by complete accident, because they didn't know it was an expectation of them, because it was never communicated to them. And this happens time and time again, where we have expectations of other people or situations.
That's the right thing to do.
Maybe in your mind, in your reality, basically they have their own reality, and if they don't think that same way, then it's not an obvious thing to do. So they won't do it. It doesn't make them a bad person, it doesn't make you a bad person. just different. And so the problem is this lack of communication can cause huge problems with expectations. So by not having that expectation of other people or situations, suddenly life's a lot easier. And it's not about, you know, I'm on my own and therefore I'm not going to rely on it. It's not about relying on people or anything like that. It's just having unfair expectations of other people or situations. If you can get rid of those expectations, there's this sort of calm that comes over you. It's amazing. The other thing is not trying to control things and just letting things happen as they naturally will. I talked about this before in a case of sort of relationships and things like that. But in many things, there's like a natural flow of things. And often if we try to get in there and force it and make it work how we want it to work, which may be against its natural flow, that generally tends to cause problems, particularly with other people involved. If there's a relationship and it's just starting and you think,
this is the person I want, I'm gonna...
Again, not in a weird controlling way, but just like you want this situation to kind of get to the end result that you're now together officially, and you try to sort of force that, you know, make that happen and speed things up because of the fear that it won't happen. Well, if it's going to work, then it will, because they like you, you like them, great, and it should naturally just get on and work. I'm a big believer in relationships should not have to have a ton of work. They should just work naturally. If you have to work your arse off in a relationship, there's questions really. Is it really a right relationship to be in? Again, that's quite a bold statement there, but I honestly believe that. I think they should just naturally work. And if they don't naturally work, then you're kind of forcing something together which is against its natural way, and there's going to be some sort of friction there somehow between the two people. Either that just carries on as sort of friction or just repressed anger and just kind of passive aggressiveness and stuff like that for a long time, or you're split. The problem is it's recognizing the situation and doing something about it and addressing it, rather than putting your head in the sand and just letting things go on. But if you let things go on, ultimately both of you are suffering, and that's the problem. Everything that you need to improve yourself is inside, and it's just looking at the simple things within yourself and knowing yourself and accepting yourself of all the flaws and all the good things. Accept all the good things as well. Appreciate the good and bad, that you are you, and be you. And once you're being you and just living that real, true, authentic life, not having expectations on other people or other things, and not trying to force situations, just going through life, being and enjoying life for the moment and just enjoying life and people and those interactions, then you will be 1000% happier. I guarantee it. So I hope you got some value from this. I've got to end it now. If you did, please hit that like button so it's nice and blue, and subscribe if you haven't. I'd really appreciate it. It means a lot to me. And thanks again, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye-bye. Thanks again for watching, guys. I really do appreciate it. If you haven't subscribed already, make sure you do so down here, and check out my other video down here. And remember, live your best life and profit from that passion. See you next time. Bye-bye.